What's up, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. Welcome to another fun Sunday night. Sunday, this Sunday. It's my best monster truck impression I have. I could use actually, let's try this. You could do it this way. Sunday. No, that one's not good. What is it? Which one is it? Damn. This one here? No.
C
This
major.
one? No. Hello. Oh, that one's better. Sunday. I have the deep one, but I don't know where it is. Oh, well. Anyway, stop screwing around. What is going on? Welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for 5 years now. Over 5 years. Almost 6 years, actually. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. We should have these out in the next couple days. There's a lot of cards to sort from this weekend, and my staff has returned, all incredibly hungover, so hopefully they'll all be here to work tomorrow. We'll see. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So if you want a chance to get into a future free break, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And the more subscribers we get, the sooner we do the free breaks. So they're all correlated with one another. So anyway, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Ryan M. Braves, Jacob H. Orioles, Melby. Red Sox, Brandon C. Cubs, Chris L. Guardians, Rockies, Tigers, Andrew F. Royals, James D. Astros, David B. Angels, Kenneth P. Dodgers, Andrew F. Brewers, Jacob H. Twins, Chris F. Marlins, Andrew F. Mets, Curtis C. Yankees, Michael L. A's, Andrew F. Phillies, Chris F. I just lost myself. Pirates, Jason W. Cardinals, Audrey S. Padres, Robert H. Giants, Andrew F. And Mariners, Andrew F. Rays, Jay Bryant. And then Rangers and Blue Jays, Andrew F. Mel, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Chris, my man. Did I? Oh, yeah. I missed the O. Thanks for ginning the break. Well, we'll leave it up there. It's always good when I can make myself look like an idiot, because I pretty much am. All right, let's open some cards. Let's see what we can find, if we can find anything good tonight. I want some cards tonight. It's Sunday, I'm a little punchy. Of course, we're going to have a little eBay talk soon for anybody who hasn't heard about the eBay situation yet. But let's get through a box or two and we'll do that. 1-2 for the Bravos and J-Rod Stars. All right, let's see if I can get my hands working. It's always good. Come on, hands. Do like some stretching exercises. And I have to get this stupid microphone out of my face. Bryson Stott, Future Stars for the Phillies. For Chris. Here you go, bud. Adley, rookie. Another Adley rookie. Tonight, we want some cards tonight. Michael Harris, rookie. Servine and Adley. Little Adley rookie relic action. And I didn't bring up the right size stop loader. Of course I did. There we go. Commemorative team logo patch card. Hey, don't run away on me now. Come on, cards, stay together. For Mel. There you go, buddy. The Lindor Stars. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Mike Trout, Stars. All right, so I've left my judgment for tonight, but after last night, Series 2 blasters are way better than Series 1. Bobby Witt, greatest hits, but let's see what happens tonight. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just that last night. Tristan Cassis, rookie. Pete Alonso, home run challenge, and Bo Bichette, MLB. Gunner, rookie. The Riz, throwback. Garrett Cole, MLB. Stars. All right, box 2. Oh, man, I'm sweating already. It's like so muggy out. It's crazy. We had this, like, it's been like Florida weather here the last few days. Like, super hot and then raining like crazy. And then it's just like, ugh, disgusting afterwards. Michael Harris. Uh, 1-2 for the Guardians. And Freddie Freeman, Stars. Vinny, rookie. Another Philly. Rhys Hoskins this time. On the rainbow. Is it? Man, I wish it was cold. The thing is, we've been having like these crazy storms lately. Like Jose Ramirez. When I lived in Chicago, like, you guys who are from like the Midwest and stuff, man, I never experienced thunder and lightning and storms like that like I did when I moved to Chicago. Like, I mean, it's like bombs going off out there. Like crazy. We never had thunder and lightning like that back here, but recently it's been like that. It's been crazy. For the Nationals, C.J. Abrams. I remember, like, now I moved to Chicago in '98. I lived in Naperville, like 20 miles west of Chicago. I remember, like, the first time I was in a severe storm out there, I was scared. I was like, what in the world is going on? Like, it sounded like bombs were going off around my house. But lately, storms have been like that around here, man. Been like crazy. Hail and, all kinds of nonsense. Like they had a big thing last week where we had this huge hailstorm and they were calling for tornadoes and stuff, which, we don't get tornadoes here. It's really, really rare. Wander Franco, Stars. And, but the hail was so bad it like destroyed cars. I mean, really did serious damage. So it's been like that a lot around here lately. These crazy heavy storms. Telling you, man, end of the world stuff. Pool host, greatest hits. Go further south. Oh, I lived in the south. I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and Jacksonville, Florida. My friend, at one point, I lived in France. At one point, I lived in Singapore. At one point, I've lived all around the world, my friend. And I'll tell you what, those Midwest storms are not to be trifled with. What's up, Robert? I remember I was doing a catering job one time when I was out there. Buxton and Vladdy Stars, and there was a tornado, and it was like we were driving to, it was at this person's home, and of course I'm like, guys, there's a tornado. How are we going to cater a wedding? And they're like, it'll pass. Like, there's no big deal. And we were driving there, and anyone who's from that area knows how flat it is out there. You can see forever, trout throwback. So I could see the tornado in the distance, and we were driving towards it. And I'm like, what in the world are we doing? But sure as hell we got there. It already passed, and they had their wedding, so. It's funny, like a month ago, maybe, my wife and I had ordered dinner one night, and it was actually the night we were doing breaks. I was doing breaks. It was like a Friday or Saturday, and we had one of those crazy storms. And you know how, like, when you have those really severe storms, you can see it's just like solid black in the distance. So I ordered the food. I didn't realize the storm was rolling in, and I went outside to get in my truck, and I saw this guy, and I came walking back in, and my wife's like, I thought you were going to get the food. I was like, yeah, it really looks bad outside. I'm going to give it a few minutes. She's like, you're such a pussy. I was like, and then like 5 minutes later, it was like the earth was falling down around us. It was raining and hail and all this. She's like, oh, okay, I guess it was pretty bad. It's nice when your wife of 25 years tells you you're a wuss. I say, you want it so bad, you go pick it up. I'll wait. Seth Brown for Oakland. Yeah, man. No, I'm sure you have, man. Those Midwest storms are not to be trifled with. See, but it's funny, too, because Bryce Harper for the Phillies, like, I've lived through a billion hurricanes. Like, hurricanes are no big deal. It's just super windy and to most of us on the East Coast, a hurricane is just an excuse to throw a party. But I've been to other parts, like when I lived in Chicago, and people would be like, oh, no, I'd never want to be in a hurricane. I'm like, it's not that bad. So I think it's all kind of regional. Like if you're from the East, hurricanes are no big deal. If you're from the Midwest, it's tornadoes, and the West Coast is earthquakes, which I don't think I would do well in an earthquake at all. I would be so freaked out if the ground started shaking underneath me. Ugh. Cardinals 1-2 punch. Like that is something I don't ever want to experience. And I know people from California are like, it's no big deal. Like, it shakes a little bit. You don't even notice it half the time. I'm like, Until one day it turns into, 2012 and the ground starts coming apart. That's the part I don't like about earthquakes. Acuna. I had an uncle who lived out there forever. He passed away a few years ago, but I mean, he lived in California for like 50 years. And I talked to him about it one time, and he was like, it's not that big a deal. You don't even notice him half the time. I'm like, That's okay. I don't need to find out. Bieber throwback. Jazz Stars. Yeah, that is the difference. Tornadoes run through quick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they are fast. Hurricanes do last. There's no doubt about it. But again, that's why we have parties. The hurricane parties are the best part, Well, day, Ricky. Max Fried, all aces. And Soto Stars. Excuse me. Yeah, hurricanes are always interesting. And it's like anything else. You grow up around it, just like, if you guys grow up around tornadoes, you're used to it, Schwarber, home run challenge. And Riley Green, Stars rookie. We had an earthquake here last year or the year before, and honestly, I don't know. I didn't feel it. So, but I mean, it was like there was actually some damage. I don't think it was that big where I was. I think it was a little west of here, but which is super odd for the East Coast. But I mean, there's fault lines here too, but I guess they're just a lot more stable. But I think the thing that freaks me out about California is they're like 100 years overdue for a massive earthquake. Like, so, like those are odds I don't really want to walk around with every day. Like you always hear these earthquake guys. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's like, okay. All the more reason for me to stay on the East Coast. Shane McClanahan for the Rays. For Jay Bryant. Yeah, the 89. It's funny. I just actually watched that recently on YouTube again. I was watching that when that happened. And like, that was crazy. That was really crazy. Yeah, I don't know why it got in my head, but I was on YouTube maybe a month ago and maybe I saw something about it or whatever. So I went back and watched it. And it's so weird because it was almost like perfect timing for the game. You know what I mean? They were just finishing like the opening, Yelich 30-30, and like, all right, we're coming back with the whoa. Like, it's so. I always thought it was amazing too that more people didn't get hurt in that stadium. You know, they said I guess there was a top part of the stadium that collapsed some, but it could have certainly been a lot worse there. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be on your mind if you live in California. I mean, I get it if you've been there your whole life, you're used to it, but you got to, like, I would assume if things start shaking, you're like, oh, God, here we go. Like, Miggy for Detroit. Wander Franco stars. I don't if you've ever seen, what was the name of that movie? It was an old movie, Volcano. The movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. It's like, I don't know, 25, 30 years old. And his daughter in it, she says, I know what to do during an earthquake. And he says, why? What do you do? And she goes, you get in the door jamb, put your head between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye. Yeah, there was. I watched a little documentary, and there was one section in the top of the stadium that collapsed, and some people were injured. But Robin Yount throwback, but they got pretty lucky. It could have been a whole lot worse, you know. Yeah, it's never healthy when the scientists are like, it's not a matter of when, yeah, or if. It's a matter of when. Blatty stars. Great, thanks. You're gonna have California just break in half and fall in the ocean. It's going to be its own country. It's going to be an island float down the Pacific. Miguel Vargas rookie. Corbin Burns all aces. Javi and stars. Adrian Hauser, Royal Blue. Buxton stars. You've been, oh, I would imagine, where you like, see, that was also the funny thing too. When I moved to Chicago, I was moved there like spur of the moment. It was for my company at the time, and I ended up living there for like 4.5 years, I guess it was. And I literally, I knew I was going to transfer in the company. It was a matter when. And then it was like, oh, we need you to go to Naperville in 2 weeks. And then like 2 days later, I was on a plane, you know. And I didn't really know much about Chicago. And then when I got out there and learned that like Chicago's like the end of Tornado Alley, like some of the worst tornadoes in history have been right outside of Chicago. I was like, oh, great. But yeah, no, I saw a few of them when I was out there that were no joke. The old, again, stupid movie quotes, Twister, the finger of God. Pete Alonso Chrome for the Mets. And J-Rod. Oh, the Ice Cream Man. Do you guys still have Ice Cream Men come around? We still have Ice Cream Men come around. Really? Wow. Well, that's the thing too. I mean, with tornadoes, it's all about the size of them. You know what I mean? Like they can be like super skinny where they're just cover a small amount, but then they can be, you know, these huge monstrous things. There's a Wander for the Rays for Jay. Yeah, it's something I never really got used to out there. Like I said, I was there for a few years and saw a few, but that's okay. You guys can keep them. Strasburg all aces and Adley Stars rookie. Riley Green rookie. I didn't the game today. No, I was watching the College World Series. Although Florida put a straight whooping on LSU today. What was it? I don't even know what the final. It was like 20-3 last time I saw. Jordan Romano for Toronto. Andrew. And all indoor stars. So they got to go to a game 3, final game. I feel like the finals for the College World Series should be 5 games instead of 3. 3 seems a little short. Hobby throwback and Trout stars. Vaughn Grissom rookie. Today's game, yeah, the game today. They played this afternoon, the College World Series. They played last night and then again this afternoon. Because last night LSU won in 11, and then today LSU was up 3-0, and then Florida just went off. It was crazy. Trent Grisham to 2023, 1267 of 2023. Robert. So real quickly, so everyone knows, there's all this stuff going on with eBay right now. They're about to go to certifying their breakers, which is not a bad thing at all. In fact, we're going to be one of them. We've already been invited. But they will be shutting down, basically shutting breaks on eBay down for the month of August. I mean, that's kind of the easiest way to explain it. We all have to go through our little certification process and whatever, and they have to lay out the rules and learn whatever new is going to be new. I don't even know. Nolan Gorman rookie. The last posting date we're allowed to post is July 18th, and then which basically means we can have breaks up to the 28th because you can post 10 days in advance. So basically, the month of August we won't be selling on eBay. So what we're going to do to try and keep breaking, we're going to use our website. We do have a website, chefsportscards.com, which we were using last year, and then I've been just too busy and annoyed and whatever to use it. But we're going to use the website some. We're going to use Facebook. We're going to use Instagram. We're going to have breaks posted all over the place. I'm going to try and start doing them this week or within the next week or two. So we're doing them for a little bit before the shutdown on eBay comes. Hopefully we'll continue to keep just kind of breaking the way we are through August. And if we end up just taking the month of August off, that's, it's okay too. It's not the end of the world. From breaking, we have other stuff we could do, but hopefully there won't be too much disruption. And, the date is September 1st for the new program to start. But somebody actually told me, one of the eBay guys actually told me that they're trying to get it up and running sooner than that. So it may only just be a few weeks. But join our Facebook page, join our Instagram group, go to the website, just open an account. All you got to do is put your information in. That way we can send, look at this thing. That way we can send out emails to you. Bryce Harper, black, 126 of 299 for the Phillies. Philly's been crushing. Chris, here you go, bud. That would be probably the best one, is if you go to the website and just, put your information in so we can email and stuff like that. And as I've said before, we'll break any night of the week. So once something's full, we'll break it. So it doesn't matter what day it is. So hopefully it won't be that long that things will be shut down from eBay, but we'll still keep going throughout. So that's my spiel anyway. Sandy Alcantara, all aces. Jazz ML Stars. Did something specific happen in today's game, Chris? I didn't. I know it was like, was it a walk off or something? I know they won by one, but I didn't. Saw none of it. Lou Bob, Riley Green. Mike Schmidt, throwback. And Juan Soto Stars. Brad Keller, Royal Blue. Arenado Stars. Oh yeah, I said, I saw it was one run win, but I was doing postings and had the college game on, so I wasn't paying any attention. Oh, Mets blew a big lead, did they? Wow. Go back and watch the Jeff Bagwell 30-30. Bobby Witt Stars. We like it when the Mets blow big leads. Especially to the Phillies. All right, 4 more. 4 to go. Yeah, that 25-1, that was crazy. That's what we were saying with the college game today. It was so weird, the college game. Like, LSU looked great at the beginning of the game. They were up 3-0, I think, if I remember right. And like, yeah, I mean, obviously last night was a great game. They went to extras and all that, and the kid walked it off. But it was kind of like, in the third inning, it was like, wow, it looks like LSU's going to win the national championship. And then Florida was like, They just went nuts. I think one dude hit like 3 home runs today. Brett Beatty, rookie. Juan Soto, greatest hits. Buxton. Acuna Chrome. And Corey Seager for Texas. Gorman Stars. Yeah, it's always weird when you see crazy lopsided baseball games like that. Like, what, they just give up? Like, honestly, LSU, this guy in like the third from Florida hit a grand slam, and it was like watching the air being let out of a balloon. And they're only down like 7-4, 7-3, something like that. But you could tell as soon as that happened, it was like, all right, we're gonna have another game. Chris Bryant throwback and Ozzy Albies. Oh man. My allergies are killing me. For the Yankees, Benintendi. Michael. Tatis Stars. 1-2 for the Braves. And Bregman. Adley rookie. Acuna. Joey Votto throwback and Jazz Stars. Tristan Cassis rookie. All right, give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be right back. We got 3 boxes to go. Okay. All right, sorry about that. I had to go blow my nose. I didn't want to keep sniffing in the microphone. I have a window open in here, so my allergies are like exploding on me. All right, 3 boxes to go. Good luck. And we got our big league break coming up next. Our annual Sunday big league break. There's an Adley rookie chrome. Nice one there. Yelich. Excuse me. Vargas rookie and Suzuki for the Cubbies. Willie Mays. And Lou Bob Stars. Cubbies is Chris. There you go, bud. So I was watching a video on YouTube today, which just kind of cracked me up a little bit. It was one of the sports card investor guy, Jeff Wilson. Davis Martin rookie for the White Sox. So basically he took some cards. I was watching something else and somehow it flipped over to him, and it was actually really interesting to watch, but I guess it was like a year or so ago when he did this video where he took like 4 or 5 cards that were high-end cards. I mean, they ranged from like $1,000 up to like 25 grand, and he had them regraded. Like they were already graded. He cracked them and then regraded them. And I mean, I've seen videos where people have done this before, and I always kind of find it interesting, especially if whether they regrade the same company or different companies or whatever. But so Riley Green rookie, but what was interesting about, and some of you may have seen this, but he had a, 2003? Is that 2003 Upper Deck Tiger Woods? The one that's, everyone loves the card. I think it's 2003 or 2002, something like that. And I mean, it's a very expensive card. That is a Chris Bryant short print. Look at that thing right there for the Rockies. Super short print Chris Bryant. Wow. Andrew, nice hit, man. That thing's awesome. That was unexpected. You can't do it every day, man. Beauty baseball. You hit 3 out of every 10 balls that come to you, and you're a Hall of Famer. Look at that thing. Awesome. Congrats, dude. Nice hit. So, but what I found interesting wasn't the fact that the grades changed, which of course they did in many cases on these cards, but when he submitted the Tiger Woods, it had a 9 BGS grade on it, right? Or 9.5, 9 or 9.5, I can't remember. So he decided, he said someone else looked at it, he looked at it, he thought it was perfect. He wanted to submit it to PSA and try to get a 10 because he thought, and on a card like that, it's massive. You know, the difference between a 9.5 and 10 on a card like that's another 10, 15, 20 grand, you know. So he cracks it out. He sends it in to PSA. Now, it already had received a 9.5 from BGS. He sends it to PSA, and they wouldn't even grade it because they suspected it was trimmed. Like, they didn't say it was altered because, I don't know how many of you grade cards or see what they do. When they can prove that a card, or they really truly think a card is altered, it'll actually say on the slab, like it's been authenticated but altered or this or that or whatever, you know. So it was a BGS 9.5, $25,000 card or whatever. Now he sends it to PSA. They send him back an authenticated, and I think they gave him a 9 on the auto, which is what he had before. He cracked it again and took it back to BGS, and they gave him a 9.5 again. It shows you how like ridiculous these grading companies are. Like, how does two of the main grading companies, maybe the two main grading companies, basically BGS and PSA, one suspects it's been altered and the other one thinks it's almost a perfect card? That's really strange. And I know that, you know, PSA's had some issues with altered cards and stuff, so I guess maybe they're like hyper kind of aware of it, or if anything by any chance might be they just do it that way. But like, that seems crazy to me, because then of course he got it where it wasn't graded, then he took it to the national, to BGS at the national, and they gave him a 9.5 again. Like, Bregman. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of money in grading your cards, and I am not against. I usually send a grading shipment in once or twice a year for myself. I usually do probably about, I don't know, 40 to 80 cards a year personally, just ones that I want for my collection and so on and so forth. But like, that is really suspect to me, that the one company thinks the card's altered and the other one doesn't. Like, I don't know. Something's not right. Something's off there. Bo Bichette for Toronto. Yeah, I know. And that's what's kind of crazy about it. I mean, you wonder. Look, I don't pretend to know what the grading company, I mean, obviously I know what they're looking for, but I don't pretend to be even remotely good at being a grader. You know, there's certain things I do, like, you know, clean my cards with a microfiber towel. I check the edges, I check the corners, you know, the stuff everyone does, look for any defaults but I've sent stuff in that I swore was perfect and came back like an 8. And I'm looking at it like, I don't know, you know, like, I don't know what I'm missing here, you know? And it makes you wonder how much stuff to them is subjective sometimes, like the grader, Orioles team card. Like, grader's having a bad day, got in a fight with his wife that morning. Now everybody got 9s and they didn't get 10s, you know? Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, you would think there'd be, that's why I wonder if there shouldn't be like a computers doing it. Like, a program that, you know, they put it under a microscope and it follows the same, you know, and maybe they do to some point. I don't know a lot about it. But that, you know, look, a 9 to a 9.5 or a 9.5 to a 10. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. It's only half a point, you know. But to be a 9.5 and then be said that it was altered, you know, and the other company doesn't say anything about it being altered, that's. So the point of my story is, You know, take your gradings with a grain of salt. I mean, look, I'm not stupid. 90% of the people grading are grading for money, you know, and usually about 20% of the cards I send in are just to sell and make money off of too. The other ones are usually for my personal collection. I just like slabbed cards, you know, Brett Beatty. But there's definitely a very big inconsistency there. All one company. I love the guys who grade their own cards out there. You ever notice that when you're on on eBay, like looking at cards? You're like Corbin Burns, all aces. Like the day a release comes out, Riley Green, Vaughn Grissom rookie. Like it'll be Bowman release day, right? And I don't know, whoever, you know, next year's Bowman, Dylan Cruz is the big, you know, player or whatever. And the day it releases, there's like tens on there, and they look like PSA, but if you look real closely, you realize that it's like their own homemade. It's just like, oh man, do people fall for this? All right, last box. Honestly, that's why I've been using SGC recently in the last couple of years. I mean, there is from a money aspect that you're not going to get as high as you are going to get from PSA, but with all the issues with PSA and still the time, the wait, the this, that. I was talking about this. I did my last submission for SGC. I sent in 25 cards. I got them back in like 11 days from the time I shipped them. I mean, there's something to be said for not having my cards out there for 6 months at a time. MLB Chrome Lindor, Lou Bob, Adley rookie. You know, and the funny thing is, everyone thought during COVID, like, and don't get me wrong, it was an issue because people were grading everything, but everybody thought, oh, well, it's the COVID boom. That's why it's so far behind. BGS and PSA were backed up like that for years going into COVID. It just got way out of hand there. Like, it used to take months before the whole COVID boom started. O'Neal Cruz for the Pirates. Yeah, they've become quick. They weren't during COVID. I mean, I know they got overwhelmed there, but they have become very quick, which is nice because I want my cards. I don't like them being out. You know, it doesn't matter what the value on them are. You know, Bradley Green throwback rookie. I just, you know, I mean, yeah, granted, I mean, if you want to make a bunch of money off a card, that's great, no problem. But I just don't like my cards being out there. And for the Mets, Starling Marte. And I do like their slabs. I do like the tuxedo slabs. They definitely look the best to me. I don't really know why everybody has, for lack of a better term, such a hard on for PSA. I mean, I realize from a money aspect, but I honestly, they have the ugliest slabs in the business. Like, and they've certainly have proven that they're not the best grading company. They've made a million mistakes that I don't know. People seem to let them go by, but I mean, I guess it's just because they've been around as long as they've been around. But I mean, honestly, SGC's been around pretty much just as long. It's just they used to always do vintage, you know, like people didn't really use them for modern cards until the last few years. Lindor. But yeah, I mean, it's so funny too, because like recently I've actually been buying a lot of high end cards lately because the market's down, and like the difference between SGC and PSA almost shocks me sometimes. It's so much, you know, or they're asking for so much more. It doesn't mean they're getting it. Mike Trout stars. You gotta be kidding me. Did that thing freeze up? All right, last pack. YouTube's going funny again. What is going on here? So weird. Lou Bob and Aaron Judge stars. And that will do it. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on the thing here. YouTube's jumping all around like it was yesterday again. Damn. All right, folks, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without you, and I truly, truly do appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door if you can. And we will be back on Thursday, our usual Thursday next week, with bunches of stuff. We're going to do a hit recap. Just bear with me for a second here. Well, I didn't even realize that Adley was blue also. Okay. Excuse me. All right. All right, hit recap for 2023 Top Series 110 Blaster Box break number 51. Home Run Challenge cards. Riley Green, Lou Bob, Riley Green again, Soto, Schwarber, Buxton, and Alonso. Oh, we got a bunch of rookies here, and we'll pull out any ones we miss. Make sure they're taking care of the Adleys and Gunners and Rileys and stuff like that. All right, rainbow foils. Hoskins, Stott, Romano, Benintendi, McClanahan, Brown, Martin, and Marte. Chrome on the Stars, Topps Chrome, Alonso, Lindor, Bregman, Acuna, and Adley rookie. Other parallels and such. Adrian Hauser, Royal Blue. Oh, we had that Orioles rainbow. Trent Grisham to 2023, Brad Keller. And then we had the very delicious super short print Chris Bryant for the Rockies. Sneaky Rockies hit there. That thing was awesome. And then the relics, base relics. We had O'Neill Cruz, Bo Bichette, Suzuki, Seager, Franco, Cabrera, Harper, and Abrams. I didn't even realize this when we opened it first. The Adley was a blue parallel, not numbered, but parallel nonetheless. That was a nice one there for the Orioles. And then we had the Bryce Harper black to 299, 126 of 299 for the Phils. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes with Big League. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.